Wait on me. Storm break on oh, brother, stay. Lead me through your lane. Oh, God,
minute of the cringe cam. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome. I'm so excited to finally get to make our first live stream here on Philip. My channel, you guys all know by now that my name is Philip, but you didn't know yet what I look like. This is the man I am. Suggest you looking up Super Awesome Phil and then take, of course, the Danny blue logo. It's going to change though, and I will announce more about that soon. But it was a really awesome live stream. I had 170 views on that live stream. All I can say is that it was a really awesome experience having 5 to 6 viewers consistently people watching. It is very cheap. It's not an expensive asset, so you could purchase that. Well, if that is a problem, in the near future, I've also planned a Moveson series. This is, of course, a series through to Moveson, through to Carlson, in which we will recreate Carlson or Moveson, parts of Moveson, parts of Carlson. We probably will get started with that you need to know in order to create something like Moveson or something similar in Unreal Engine. But one of the things that I've planned that I've been postponing for a little bit is of course the Moveson release devlog. I will be releasing that, at least the plan for now is to release this on the 15th of March. I will be already giving out download keys so you guys can play within the 15th of March. I will be diving into this. Now I have a really cool announcement to make, and I don't want to give you guys too much information. It's really exciting. I mean, I personally really excited about is the future of Moveson. Because Moveson is going to be something much more exciting, which we'll be doing in the future. Together with two of my students that I
Wait on me.
Okay, so with that being said, these guys should be dripping in soon. Most of all, I'm going to be giving out some keys. At least I'm going to write down some keys. Giving out some give some keys to you guys. Get their keys to welcome keys. And the first chatter here,
Wait on
Oh, let's see, but it's quiet. There we go. This should fix it, doesn't it? Let's up this correct. Ah, sorry guys, that's my bad. Let's see, is it better now? Guys, can you guys hear me clear now? I hope you guys can hear me clear. I've been talking for a little while now with way too loud music. Hey, welcome guys. I wanna tell you guys right away. Those that are chatting in the chat, you know, those that are in the chat that have said hi or whatever. I will be giving you guys a key for Moveson. Hey, that's awesome, Leon. Leon, if you're, I don't know if you're interested to play Moveson, but I will be writing you down the moment that my launcher is verified. I'm going to be sending you a key. You can turn me up. On my end, it's quite loud. Like, BK's, how's the audio for you, man? Is it loud enough now? It might be that your audio for the stream is low, but it should be good now. Anyways, I will be giving you guys... oh, you're Zamaika. Awesome, Zamaika. Welcome. Zamaika, you're going to be getting a key, though, man. You're going to be getting a key. That's... I just have to wait for the launch to be verified, the contract to be accepted. I've had to sign some stuff for this. If that is all accepted, I'm going to be sending you a key. Just, I want to tell you, you can always watch this back to Mike, but I am going to tell we have gotten a little roadmap planned for the launch of March 15. Feel free to keep this open in the background just so that you can listen to it while the music plays. But on March 15, we're going to be releasing the demo, or at least the current state of Moveson. But I wanted to do something like better. I wanted to improve Moveson There, yeah. I like being third most active on Discord server. Yeah, you are very active. Now, one of the things that I'm really excited about with Moveson is that together with my students in the office, that these are Flores and Steel Nova. You guys can find them you can find them in the contributor list. Steel Nova is online right now, and Flores is not going to be usually online on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Together with them, we're going to be ensuring that the demo is going to be a little bit of a different experience. We're going to be putting moves into the test. It's going to be having a different name. Yeah, definitely. If you can find those bugs, go for it. What we're planning is a little bit different. So right now, you've guys seen moves and the levels that you can move around in, the wall rolling, and all this kind of stuff. But we're going to be pushing, at least we have a build in mind in which we want to create a tutorial level with a couple enemies, in which Moveson is going to be a game all centered around one thing. I know Danny's game is around physics and these kind of things, and Moveson will be centered around a lasso, around the grapple ability. And with this grapple ability, our goal is to have a simple wall running mechanic that is better than what Moveson has as of right now. We want to ensure that besides this wall running mechanic, we have gotten some storyline and a simple main menu, some storyline in the game that will make the game interesting, and maybe even have a second zone that you can play in one connected world, which is going to be very, very exciting to push towards. Another really cool thing that I can't wait is that we're going to be having a couple AI. But the way this is going to work, imagine you have a lasso. So you can throw this lasso, you can do things with it. And with the lasso, you can grapple objects towards you. So imagine you seeing a brick, you can pull this brick towards you. It won't be as simple as clicking the left mouse button. We're thinking about making sure that you can connect your lasso onto the enemies, and then you can use your mouse, to pull the object towards you. So you pull the object towards you, and then the moment that you have pulled the object towards you, you basically can either do two things. You can equip the item in your hands, or you can throw it towards an enemy. We're also going to ensure that you can, like these enemies, they're having weapons, and we're going to ensure that you can yeet those weapons out of the hands of those enemies and then use them yourself to finish those enemies off. So that's one of the few things that we're planning on. Now, then there's going to be the electrified state. I don't know if this is going to be on the March 15th, but maybe. The electrified state allows you to, in a gory way, slice enemies in half. It allows you to destroy objects in the scene. And there's going to be a cap to that so that you can't use it on an infinite base. One of the most cool things that I can't wait for is the ability to just grapple on objects, pull yourself towards objects, and there's going to be a whole storyline. And the cool part is, in the first place, I imagined making moves and spending a bit of time on it, but together with Flores and with Steel, we're going to ensure that this game is going to be supported at least for a few years, and we might even bring co-op or multiplayer gameplay to the game, but that will be on a later stage. I can't promise that's going to be right now, but we want to be bringing that to the thing, and we will be constantly debriefing you guys here on the YouTube channel what is going on. So I have a suggestion. Make the first level as a tutorial in Ultra Kill. Like, you just walk around and do a movement, and then we give the lasso so the player doesn't get overwhelmed on the first level. The portal to first few chambers are good an example of a hidden tutorial. So to briefly talk down, the idea that we have is to give you an idea. Don't get your hopes up on multiplayer yet, though. I've gotten some really awesome stuff planned for this, but I can't promise right away that things will be like in that awesome way. By the way, guys, for those watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and click the like button. Every single like that we get on the video pushes towards more people seeing this video or the live stream afterwards, which will be great. Now, sorry, what I want to make clear, right? Leon, you point out the tutorial. So the way that I'm thinking of doing this, to briefly recap, whenever the game starts, you are a character, a player. Who just the main menu is going to be you sitting in first person behind a desktop. And whenever you use your keyboard in the real world to go up and down, in the game you will see the player using the keyboard to select options in the menu. Whenever you start the game, the player will put a VR headset on its face, and then the game will start. But with the idea of this game is that there is some sort of glitch happening, which transports your VR headset into a virtual world, into an alternate universe. And in this universe, the AI or the people are controlled by virtual hosts, and you are going to be one of those virtual hosts. So you're meeting up with the sheriff, and the sheriff, he's laying on a little, he's laying on a canyon wall, a rock wall, on a space, and he recognizes you. He calls you Rookie. He says, "Hey, Rookie," like something like that. I'm just going to make up something, but like, "Hey, Rookie, I can really use some help, and can you help me out?" And then whenever you help out, he's going to be your best buddy. So he's going to explain you. He knows that you are a virtual player. He knows that you are a gamer, and he's going to explain you how to move around. And then whenever you're going to do wall running, we're going to pause the gameplay. So I pause the gameplay and only highlight the wall, and then he is going to explain you how to do wall running. It might be. It's one of the things that we're planning, because Flores is a CG artist who works with Blender, makes short films. We might be creating a set of short films inside of Blender that we create as movies, and it might be that we explain the movement for the wall running through these things. So then we pause the game, we play an cinematic that happens from the exact angle that the camera's in, so that it looks like it's happening in the game, but it is actually a video that is playing. And in this video, he's going to show you how to wall run, and you're going to learn the wall running. The moment that you're past the wall running part, you're going to meet up with your first few AI NPCs. Those NPCs, they're basically like bullies. They're going to throw stuff at you, and you're going to use objects in your surroundings, whether that's a rock, an apple, maybe a bottle. You're going to throw these, and you're going to try to knock out. The first enemy that you knock out happens to have something on him. So more like a Rocket League story, something like that, yeah. And this first enemy is going to have an object on him. He is going to have a lasso with him, and this is going to be your first interaction with the lasso. Hey, BKson, have a good one, man. It was fun talking to you. Keep in mind, I have you on the list for everyone else who wants to have access to Moveson, to my game Moveson, and have this early access key. Just really say hi in the chat. I note you down, and I will be contacting you. I really recommend you guys to visit the Discord server. There's a link in the description. So there, so that I can contact you there. But to move on with the ID, you're gonna have your first lasso, and when the lasso begins, it's gonna be the same way. So the sheriff is going to explain you how to grapple. He's going to teach you how to do your first interactions with the grapple, how you can pull objects towards you. And then at a certain point, we're walking you step by step through each of the states. When we have the electrified state, we're going to have things, and it's going to learn you how to combo those things in a really quick pace. So we're going to get started with just simply doing left mouse button to, for example, interact, then do a pull. Then once you did the pull, you're going to release, and we're going to teach you how to really quickly, like in a repeated pattern, to do combos, but in a really chill pace way, so that you learn the rhythm at which you use the combos, and then can apply these in the game. And that's going to be basically the things that that we have planned for the tutorial zone. And if we do happen to be able to add a second zone in which you can run around and already have some fun, then that is going to be the second thing that we're going to be showcasing in Moveson on March 15th, which will be available by then. Now, I can't promise that, but what I can promise you guys that towards that date, we will be posting videos about the new art style that is coming up. We have gotten our own art style for the environment and the characters. These going to be full body characters. It's going to be in first person, no third person. It's going to be first person. And that's just one thing to keep in mind. And one of the things that I'm really excited to tell you guys towards the future of the game is, like I say, one of the things that we have planned is multiplayer. It will be a co-op or a multiplayer, like shared open world multiplayer experience for a set amount of players. And we want to create multiple layouts, multiple types of sheriffs for this experience. It's going to be a separate experience from the single player. And each of those players will spawn in a different part of the world. And you will be a virtual host of this character, and they will have their own voice lines and these kind of things to make each of those experiences unique. But we're talking about at least 2 years in the future. So don't think like, next week or next month or in the next coming months this is going to come out, because it's going to be more of a learning project. And then we're going to see how things are going to progress. Now, one of the few things that we're thinking about to make this unique, besides of having an open world, we want to create the ID for you. That's the and sorry if you're used to saying ID. I'm used to saying ID when I say ID. Well, it's really cool features is or at least we want to give the player the ID that the world is also active when they're not in the game. Now, the way we're going to do that, the first thing that's really exciting, whenever you open up the game, when you shut it down, when you save the game or whatever, when you're booting up the game again, the sheriff will tell you something like, "Hey, rookie, awesome that you're back. Did you have a nice day? Did you do something awesome today?" He will constantly have a different voice line ready for when you boot up the game. And in some random cases, we do spawn the sheriff. Then let's say you save the game in on a hill or maybe in a house. But then you open up the game the next day, and where you saved, but you see that the sheriff is inside let's say inside a club where he is surrounded by enemy AI, and he opens up the game with, "Hey, rookie, while you've been away, I've been transported by these guys to this club, and you really gotta help me." And then this creates random scenes that are happening. These are you're just being spawned there. That's how the game opens up, but it gives the player the idea that the game is even living when they're not there. So it's gonna be really cool. Will there be advanced movement like wave dashes in Celeste? Like, not intended at first, but then becoming a speedrunning strat at the end. Yeah, we have things planned for that. We have a set of things planned, and I don't want to dive too deep into what is coming. I just can tell you guys that there's a lot planned. We have gotten the whole movement is centered around the grapple, around the lasso. And one really cool thing to keep in mind, and I don't want to say too much about it, but we're thinking about having somewhere down the line, having your character lose a body part. The game will have its own cinematics and stuff. These will all be rendered and played via Blender. And in these cinematics, we will also ensure that once they happen, once those happen, let's say you lose a body part and this body part is replaced by a robotic body part, then this robotic body part will give you new movement abilities. But it is also shown in each of the cinematics. So it's not like you're seeing another version. The cinematics will dynamically adjust to the things happening in the game. And we will prepare to watch. Some of these things are scripted, but we're going to make sure that it looks as much as possible like a real experience. And keep in mind, it's going to be all free, only if we're going to be introducing multiplayer. The likelihood is that the multiplayer portion of the game is going to be paid, and that is really simply not because because I wanted to make it paid, but in order to support servers that allow you guys to play together, right? If I need to pay for servers in order so that you guys can play together, I need to have some money or some sort of income in order to be able to pay for that. Now, one of the really cool things that we're planning on as well is, and it's for the future, is to add factions into the game. So you will have a couple neutral factions. They will just live within the game. You can do missions for them. You can do stuff in the world. But then there's also going to be a set of factions that are fighting with each other. Some are neutral to each other. Others are in war with each other. And you can decide to become friends with them, play with them, do missions for them, or just completely annihilate an entire faction and do something with it yourself. You can make a name, you can be good, you can be bad, but these are a couple of the things that we have planned for Moveson in the coming months, years to come. And eventually when the multiplayer drops, then we really want to make it special, and it will be having its complete own art style. So we're moving away from the Carlson kind of stuff, and we're really moving towards a really cool, unique game mechanic that is like our awesome stuff. It's 11. For me, it's 10, Chris. Welcome, man. So we're really moving towards this unique art style. That's really, really the goal here, to have this unique art style. It's going to be an simple, a little bit like Roblox kind of style. Not really Roblox. It's still going to be its own style, but it's going to be... actually, I can show you guys what that looks like. I think that is really fun to show. To show you guys what such an art style somewhat will look like. Now, I do have to really quickly grab an example scene of what it would look like, and then I'm going to switch this to the other screen to have you guys to give you guys a quick idea of the art style. So right here I've gotten a really short film for you guys, and this should give you guys a better idea of what you can expect for the art style. I'm not going to play the music, copyright reasons, these kind of things, but this is kind of the art style that we're going for. But keep in mind, this is from an top-down perspective. This is all going to be first person. We're also going to kind of adjust these characters to our art style, but we want to keep it simple so that we can create a quality game in a shorter time without having to spend a lot of time on like we can make complex animations with an art style like this, and make things satisfying. And if we would go for something really detailed, we can't make something like this in a year or 2 years. Then it's going to be 10 to 15 years. So it's really the goal here to go for a unique, simple art style with which we can bring a unique game. But yeah, this gives you guys an idea of what we're planning on. So I'm really excited. Oh, wrong screen. I'm really excited to get this out, show you guys what this is going to be about. And yeah, go on it. Looks fire, amazing. I'm happy to do that. And one of the things that I'm personally really excited about, all the cinematics that we create inside of the game will be done through Blender. We'll be even having certain fighting scenes where you're fighting, and one of the things that we're thinking about is, let's say someone is throwing an object at you, and you you evade this object by dashing or something. Then we want to play a small CG cinematic as a part of that, so that we can just bring that extra touch of satisfying action into moves. And now, what this means is it's going to be a long road. We're gonna start simple. We're gonna create a white box and a tutorial. You gotta go. Hey, see you, man. It was really fun talking to you. I'm dropping the stream in 19 minutes. It's gonna be a short one, and then the other one is gonna be a bit longer. But yeah, it's really, really exciting, and we're just going to keep you guys briefed. I'm gonna be posting probably weekly devlogs about the progress that we're making, whether that's on the art still or some of the movement, showing you guys what the movement is like, what the new wall running is like, and really focus on this unique and an exciting style. And besides that, yeah, that is really what we're planning. So we have gotten, and I think I have to redo that. One of the plans that that I have for the future of this channel is that we're going to be focusing ourselves on the movement series that is made with FPS Engine. This series is around a paid asset. It's going to be more catered towards these toward these asset users, and I'm doing that in collaboration with FPS Engine. We will be focusing on a movement series in a moveson series in Unity, in which we will recreate moveson in its current state. So you guys will learn wall running and these kind of things, and we will do this via components. So you will learn wall running in a video, you will learn grappling in the video. You will learn implementing weapons, picking up and throwing weapons, like these kind of things you will learn in a video. So that will be a lot of fun to dive into with you guys. We will be having these as separate videos, and then we have a longer video that's going to be explaining you guys what things will really be like. Then another thing that is coming up is a Unity introductory series. This will be small, short videos of about 3 to 5 minutes, like with all videos on the channel. And in these videos, I'm going to be explaining you guys what Unity is, how you can install it, the things you should keep in mind, what layouts there are, how you can create your own layouts, what game objects are, what certain things that you should keep in mind when you're working with Unity for the first time. I'm going to give you guys an introduction to Unity C#, so what are libraries, how do these work, what is a class, what are methods, what are the start method and update method, like what do they do, what is a mono behavior, what are variables, like these kind of things. I'm gonna give you guys an introduction into the thing, and I want to make this a short, informative, and really fun set of tutorials for you guys to enjoy and go through and be able to spend time on, because it will really be a great introduction to anything that I will make in the future on the channel in terms of tutorials. A last thing that I want to talk about with you guys that is planned and coming, and you probably see that in the title, is the upcoming live Unity series. I'm thinking about streaming a live Unity series every Friday, not this week, but starting from next week, every Friday I want to do an hour stream in which we're going to take part in Code Monkey's Unity tutorial of 10 hours, and we will be doing an hour during the stream, so that might be a 2-hour stream. But we will be spending time on recreating Overcooked, and at a later date, together with my 3D artists, we will be creating a unique art style for this game that with unique animations that you guys can make use of to really create and make this game your own and publish it to Steam. So that's basically the plans for the coming months, coming weeks. I'm super excited to get to do more work on moveson. One of the things that I definitely still love to show you guys as of right now, which I'm really excited for. Let me do this right now. What I first want to show you guys quickly is right over here. I've gotten my Unity scene. This is the way I work with Unity. If I really briefly explain you guys, we've gotten the 2D view, we've gotten the elements that I can use, the snapping, these kind of things, the hierarchy. If you're familiar with Unity, this is my preferred layout. If I press play, I directly have this in full screen. This is how I prefer to work. Now, what I want to show you guys, and I'm really quickly going to open up a new screen for this, is soon I will be able to share this with you guys. This is the moveson, or at least my Game Studio's launcher. It's called the Backbone launcher, and the Game Studio will be Backbone Labs, or at least how we're calling our group of 3 indie devs or indie studio. So here you will be able to download moveson, you will be able to download our new game, you will be able to download a platformer that I'm planning to build with a unique art style, and a ton of other games. You can follow news, even the movement series from within the launcher. if you are really wanting to support, my games are free, but then there will be an early access. I will be just consistently giving away keys during my live streams to people. Once this launcher is completely accepted. But yeah, I will be giving out keys to everyone, so you don't have to buy it. But if you really want to support me and you can't wait, once this launcher is ready, you can just buy yourself a key. It's DRM free. And then you can play the game. But in the game page itself, we will be having posts for early adopters. So you can see that here. This is basically to welcome early adopters and some more stuff. And of course, you can then, via this part, also subscribe to the YouTube channel. So in short, I'm really, really excited to show all of these things to you guys and get to tell you guys more about this. And I gotta say, this stream is a bit smaller than my, my first stream. The first stream that have a freaking good. I mean, it gone fantastic. I had gotten what is it? I roughly had. Yeah, I roughly had the stream on my gaming channel had 170 views, so it was really exciting. But I'm really excited to have content coming out for you guys. I want to move to this weekly content. Also keep an eye out for the community tab, on which I will be posting fun stuff and stuff for you guys to vote on. So hey, good luck, have fun, till next time. And like I say on my gaming channel as well, auf Wiedersehen.